Okay, so let us continue. Okay, so let's now have the different methodologies for small group. These are cooperative learning approach, role-playing, sociodrama, peer tutoring, micro-teaching, direct instruction, inquiry approach, reading, integrative approach, using instructional device, experimenting. Okay, so like what I've said, all these methodologies in can be applied in development of an emergent literacy for emergent literacy skills. But if we are just going to point out which among these are usually applied in technology and livelihood, it can be the cooperative learning approach, direct instruction, inquiry approach, micro-teaching. Actually, all of this can be applied are usually used. But if I'm going to, all of this are usually applied in technology and livelihood education, because practically speaking, when it comes to technology, of course, the main focus is on skills. So as much as possible, there should just be small groups. Of course, the focus is on honing the skills of the students. So it's more effective if the groups are just composed of small number of students, for the teacher to be able to focus on that skill, for the learners to be able to really catch up what should be the skill to be learned. So what I'm trying to tell you here is the teacher need to really to become attentive to the needs of the students, because this is all about skills. So skill doesn't happen overnight. So skill, of course, we all know that skill will just happen if the learners as well are interested or have this passion to learn on that particular skill. So going back, like what I've said, actually all of these methodologies mentioned here in this part are usually used in imparting knowledge to the students, because this is small group, and when it comes to small group, the teacher really can have this attention to the full attention to the students, for the students to be able to learn a particular skill, because they have this focus. Anyway, so let's just point out which one among this is usually used. So let's have this cooperative learning approach. So cooperative learning methodology works well with groups or teams wherein members help one another to achieve a desired outcome. But please take note that cooperative is different from collaborative. So what's the difference of the two? So although these two, the focus is for them to be able to come up with a positive result. Okay, so all of them are helping each other for them to be able to become, for the students to be able to become successful in a particular task by the teacher, given by the teacher. So the difference here now is in cooperative, it seems like they have a director or a leader in doing the task. Whereas here in collaborative, they don't have a leader in doing the task. They would just work as a team. And they will just be, the similarity of this cooperative and collaborative is, again, first is they're doing by group. The students are doing particular task by group, but in cooperative, it seems like they have a leader that will make sure that everybody is doing their part. Whereas in collaborative, there's no leader in the group. They will just have to contribute. Each member will just contribute what they can, or what help they can extend to the team. Okay, so that's the difference between cooperative and collaborative. Okay, so it promotes the development of skills in democratic procedures as they solve problems in a collaborative manner. Why in a collaborative manner? Because each member has a task to do. Again, leading for a desired outcome. So in this way, students will become actually what is good in cooperative learning approaches. Learner will become responsible. But if will become responsible to do their part. But if the teacher will not do his part or her part in this kind of approach, the students, same goes with the students. They will just become dependent with their classmates or with their group mates. Okay? So again, let me reiterate this again. If the teacher, the dilemma here now is, if the teacher will not be doing his or her part in this kind of approach, the same thing will happen to the students. They will just become dependent to their classmates. So, meaning to say, the teacher need to make sure that he or she's doing his part. It recognizes and reward collective effort. Collective effort, because if the task will become successful, then everyone will benefit from it. At the same time, fosters strong motivation. A smooth interpersonal interaction, of course, because since from the word itself, cooperative, so meaning everyone should do their task, everyone should be helping in order to achieve the desired outcome. Okay, so this approach makes use of group dynamics and group investigations in learning and solving problems together. So everyone should have a voice. Everyone should contribute. Because the success of everyone will be the success. The success of the task will be the success of everyone. So what are the characteristics when it comes to instructional? It consists of two important components: cooperative incentive structure and cooperative task structure. A cooperative incentive structure is one wherein two or more individuals are interdependent for a reward. They will share if they are successful as a group. A cooperative task structure is a situation in which two or more individuals are allowed, encouraged, or required to work together on some task. So again, it consists of two components: cooperative incentive structure. What is this again? Two or more individuals are interdependent for the reward. Okay, so like what I've said a while ago, the success of the task is the success of everyone. The success of one is the success of everyone. And then another component again is the cooperative task structure, in which everyone in the group is required or encouraged to do or to work together in order to finish the task. So another characteristic: reward systems are group-oriented rather than individually oriented. Interdependent relationship is strengthened and reinforced when group cooperation is rewarded. Okay, so interdependent. We're speaking here of interdependent relationship, because if one of the members will do his or her task well, then it will contribute to the success of the group. The interactions within the group is influenced by the members themselves. Teams are made up of members with mixed abilities, high, average, and low achievers. Okay, so in cooperative learning approach, the teacher should make sure that not all of the fast learners are grouped in one. Not all of the slow learners it should be mixed. Okay, it should be mixed for the group to have balance. Teams may be composed of males and females. We're speaking here of balance. Group work promotes maximal generation and exchange of ideas, thus influencing one another. Okay? So now, again, let's go back to making sure that the teacher, that there is this right mix. Okay. So like for example, let me tell you about the Vygotsky theory, the zone of proximal development. That here, in cooperative learning approach, since it is cooperative, according to Vygotsky, is if we are going to apply the zone of proximal development, it will help one. This one that I'm referring to is a learner that was not able yet, do not have yet this kind of skill. So with the guidance of someone who already have the skill or acquired the skill, then through the guidance of this kind of student, then the other student who haven't yet acquired the needed skill will be uplifted by this one that already acquired the skill. Okay, so that is the zone of proximal development. So this student or this learner that has not yet acquired the needed skill will be guided by the one that by the one that was able to acquire the skill already. Okay? So that is actually the purpose, one of the purposes of cooperative learning approach also, to help one who have not yet acquired. So that's why there should be this balance. The teacher need to make sure that there's this right mix in the group. Group work promotes maximal generation and exchange of ideas, thus influencing one another. It promotes tolerance and respect for other people's point of view. So here in cooperative learning approach, students will learn to respect each one, all of the members' idea. They will have this, they will broaden their horizon, that every individual have their own view, perspective when it comes to different things. Cooperative learning groups exhibit less competitive behavior. Why? Because they are doing the task for everyone. What I'm trying to tell you here is it lessens competitive behavior because they are working their best for the success of their group. So meaning that is not just for their own success, but also for the success of everyone. So group work develops friendliness, it is given friendliness, because through this kind of approach, students will become friendly, will now have time to talk with other students. So willingness to assist because they are group mates, and the worthwhile values of caring and sharing. Okay. So usually in cooperative learning approach, some of the approaches used, the think, pair, share, the BAS groups, the jigsaw, the group investigations. Okay. Okay, so let's now have the methodologies for a class. So when we say for a class, so meaning to say it is composed of large class size. So class composed of many students. So we have here the discussion, the reflective teaching, the concept teaching, interest learning center, team teaching, demonstration. So again, just like what I've said to other methodologies, is all of this can be used in technology and livelihood education. Usually some of the teachers in technology education have this discussion. Of course, like for example, in industrial arts, although there are the so-called laboratories, like the hands-on activities, before the practical, or before the hands-on, we have the discussion first for the student to understand first the theories before its application. Okay, so here we have the demonstration. Actually, demonstration, this is usually applied in technology and livelihood education. So through demonstration, it will save the teacher's time, especially if it is a large class size. So a brief background for demonstration. So a lesson could be presented through a brief demonstration performed by a student, teacher, or an invited specialist. Okay, or should just we say demonstration is presented by the one who is expert in the particular thing that is about to be demonstrated. It is a teaching strategy that is best employed when expensive equipment will be used. Chemicals and expensive materials are specified, and technical know-how is needed. Said lessons require expert knowledge in a particular topic or skill in handling tools related to the topic. Okay, so again, so that is why demonstration is best on a large class size for the teacher to save, of course, resources, time. Okay. So the rest of the class act as observers, eagerly following the planned sequence of activities. It could be a silent demonstration or one wherein each step is being explained. Demonstrations may be part of another methodology, such as a discussion or an experimentation. After the activity, clarification, questions are entertained. A strong feeling of self-confidence is developed among the performers. The rest become keen observers. Okay, so what are the characteristics when it comes to instructional? A typical demonstration lesson is able to achieve vivid learning through focused observation of a well-planned procedure. Hence, concentration on the lesson is assured. So, since one of the purposes of demonstration is to save resources, time, and everything, so this should be well planned. Okay, so since there are a lot of observance, so the teacher need to make sure that the one he or she choose to demonstrate is well prepared so that it will not waste a lot of resources. Okay. Second, the use of real materials to provide learners some details which add to an authentic presentation of a concept. Technical knowledge regarding use and care of equipment is assured since the one demonstrating is an expert. Unnecessary wastage of laboratory materials is minimized through accurate measurements and use of exact time. Safety of the place for the observers is not overlooked. Maximum utilization of equipment and materials, including the provisions for adequate space and time, is more than compensated by the real-life learning that will be achieved. Trial and error mode of solving a problem will be avoided because, like what it said, in demonstration, it should be well planned, since one of the purposes is to save time, resources, etc. Because it is success guaranteed, the class experience is the class will experience joy and satisfaction, thus avoiding frustration.